Hello and a very good morning, viewers. You're watching NewsX and I'm Kriti Mehta. Our big focus remains on the Trinamool Congress as of this hour. The party is witnessing a major internal turbulence with reports of a possible split shaking the party's legislative wing. According to reports, a section of MLAs is backing expelled legislator Ritabrata Banerjee as the leader of opposition, triggering speculation of a breakaway faction. Reports also suggest that nearly 50 MLAs are part of informal meetings in Kolkata, raising claims of forming the real TMC and challenging the current leadership structure. The development comes amid growing dissent within the party after recent electoral setbacks. Meanwhile, Mamata Banerjee-led faction has been pushed back strongly. It is calling the reports a conspiracy to destabilize the party. Senior leaders insist that the majority of MLAs remain loyal to Mamata Banerjee and dismiss any talks of a formal split. Now, with expulsions, counterclaims and factional meetings intensifying, the crisis has now opened up a full-scale political battle within the Trinamool Congress, with Bengal politics entering a phase of heightened uncertainty. Firstly, let's go across to my colleague Rainik Datta reporting on this. Rainik, एक नहीं दो नहीं अब कई मामले सामने आ चुके हैं जो तृणमूल कांग्रेस की परेशानियां बढ़ा ही रहे हैं, चाहे वो ऋतब्रता बैनर्जी के पास 59 लेजिस्लेटर्स के सिग्नेचर्स हों, चाहे वो रिजू दत्ता हो जो आके बता रहे हैं कि एक स्प्लिट इमिनेंट है, चाहे वो ममता बैनर्जी का सीआईडी प्रोब के ऊपर मीटिंग बैठाना हो जिसमें 80 में से सिर्फ 19 एमएलएज आए, चाहे वो उनका धरना में अटेंडेंस की बात हो तो कितने एमएलएज कम आए, बहुत इंस्टेंसेस हैं. अब क्या कहना है, क्या चल रहा है तृणमूल कांग्रेस में?
तृणमूल कांग्रेस का जितना दिन जा रहा है उतना सिचुएशन खराब होता हुआ नजर आ रहा है. एक तरफ ममता बनर्जी के बुलाए हुए मीटिंग पर 80 विधायक के बीच पर 19 विधायक का मौजूद थी और उसके साथ साथ ही कल जब ममता बनर्जी धरने में थे उस टाइम पर सिर्फ 8 विधायक जो है वो ममता बनर्जी के साथ मौजूद थे. 80 विधायक के बीच में 8 विधायक उस जगह पर ममता बनर्जी के साथ मौजूद थे. और इसके अलावा अगर देखा जाए तो आज जैसे कि सुनने को मिल रहा है कि ऋतब्रता बैनर्जी जिनको तृणमूल से बहिष्कार कर दिया गया था उनके तरफ से तृणमूल कांग्रेस का 59 विधायक को लेकर वो आज विधानसभा में स्पीकर के पास अपील करेंगे कि विधानसभा में अपोजिशन पार्टी का जो टैक्स वो टैक्स तृणमूल कांग्रेस यानी ममता बनर्जी का तृणमूल कांग्रेस छोड़कर ऋतब्रता बनर्जी के साथ जो लोग हैं वो असली तृणमूल कांग्रेस है उनको दिया जाए और अपोजिशन लीडर ऋतब्रता बनर्जी को बनाया जाए. ये अपील आज रखा जा सकता है. यानी तृणमूल कांग्रेस टूटने वाला है और टूटने का जो साइन वही देखने को मिल रहा है अभी फिलहाल पश्चिम बंगाल में.
जी रैनिक बने रहे हमारे साथ. लेट्स इन फैक्ट टेल यू व्यूअर्स हु एग्जैक्टली Ritabrata Banerjee is. He is a former CPM student leader who later became a Trinamool Congress MLA from Uluberia Purba in West Bengal. Known for his dramatic political journey, Ritabrata has switched sides multiple times and is once again in the spotlight after being expelled from the Trinamool Congress. Ritabrata Banerjee has a long political background. He started as a rising star in the CPI, served as a Rajya Sabha member of Parliament and joined the Trinamool Congress in 2020. Now, the former student leader has turned rebel after his expulsion from the Trinamool Congress. The TMC expelled Ritabrata Banerjee on the 1st of June. The party cited alleged anti-party activities and his repeated absence from important party meetings and the main reasons behind his removal. A fresh controversy has now erupted with Ritabrata Banerjee and another MLA, Sandeepan Saha, alleging that their signatures were forged in the letter of opposition nomination letter. Now, this claim has added fuel to the ongoing crisis inside the Trinamool Congress. Expelled TMC MLA Ritabrata Banerjee has positioned himself as the face of Asli TMC or the real TMC. He claims to have the support of several MLAs and is openly challenging the current leadership of Mamata Banerjee. In a major show of rebellion, Ritabrata Banerjee reached the Bengal Assembly with 59 signatures. He's demanding a change in the leader of opposition, directly challenging the ruling dispensation that TMC was. Ritabrata Banerjee's actions have of course triggered serious internal turmoil inside the party. The expelled MLA is also now leading a visible split threat, raising questions over unity in the Trinamool Congress. I now have a political analyst Shekhar Vijayan and Anveshan Singh, both political analysts, with me in the discussion. Thanks to you both for joining us. Shekhar, I want to come to you first. What is your reading into what's happening within the TMC? Shekhar, can you hear me? All right. Is Anvesh there with us? All right, we've lost those connections. We are trying to reconnect with our guests here, but these are the big developments, viewers, coming in from Trinamool Congress. Expelled leaders are now going on rebellion against Mamata Banerjee and her leadership in the Trinamool Congress. Ritabrata Banerjee has now positioned himself as the face of what he says is the real TMC, and he's also saying 59 legislators are in support of his bid to the leader of opposition role in West Bengal. Let's in fact go back to Renik Datta, if Renik is still with us in the conversation here. Renik, एक बार फिर हमें ये बताइए कि ये जो एक्सपेल्ड लीडर हैं ऋतव्रता बैनर्जी, क्या इनका कहना है, क्या रिजू दत्ता का कहना है जिन्हें भी एक्सपेल किया गया, क्या कारण बताए जा रहे हैं कि ममता बैनर्जी के अगेंस्ट अब तृणमूल कांग्रेस से वॉइसेस जा रहे हैं? Is Renik with us? All right, Renik is also not connected. I'm now going to go across to Shekhar, who has joined us. Shekhar, yes, what's your reading into the political developments within the TMC?
See, this is not just a rebellion, it's an existential crisis for TMC. See, for years the TMC revolved around Mamata Banerjee and her leadership. I think losing power in 2026 was the first shock. Now a split within the opposition ranks threatens the party's very core identity. You know, some political parties can survive electoral defeats. Internal civil wars are often more dangerous. So the election defeat has wounded TMC in more ways than one. But this rebellion within the party could fracture it from within. So the battle is no longer against BJP or left or Congress. It's inside TMC itself. The real opposition to Mamata Banerjee is currently emerging from her own party. When you have MLAs who start questioning leadership immediately after an electoral defeat, it actually signals a loss of confidence. This resembles what many regional parties have faced after charismatic leaders like Mamata Banerjee have lost power. So for the first time in years, Mamata Banerjee's biggest challenge isn't outside Nabana, it's inside her own party, right? And here you also believe that numbers matter more than emotions. If the rebels continuously demand 50 to 60 MLAs out of 80, this is not a minor revolt. It becomes a struggle over who represents the real Trinamool Congress. The speaker's decision could become politically explosive. See, in politics, legitimacy comes from numbers. If the rebels have the numbers, this becomes a succession battle, not merely indiscipline. This forced signature controversy has worsened trust deficit. Allegations of forced signatures have turned a political disagreement into a credibility crisis. Expulsions may discipline the leaders temporarily, but may not solve the underlying dissatisfaction. This issue is no longer who leads the opposition. It's whether party institutions themselves are functioning credibly. So I think this is the beginning of the post-Mamata era. Every regional party eventually faces the succession question. And the crisis raises the biggest question, is TMC still a one-leader party which is led by Mamata Banerjee, or is a new generation demanding greater roles? What we are witnessing may be the first visible battle over the future of Trinamool after Mamata Banerjee, and she's not getting any younger also. So TMC has been split into India's most influential regional parties. A split weakens not only the party in West Bengal, but also its bargaining power in national opposition politics. Rivals will seek to attract disgruntled legislators and local leaders. So I feel a weakened or a worsened TMC doesn't change Bengal politics. It reshapes opposition politics all across India. So election debates can be recovered from leadership, but leadership crises are much more harder to survive. And that's what Mamata Banerjee is facing right now within our party. See, this is no longer a fight for the leader of opposition post. It's a fight for the ownership of Trinamool legacy. The bigger question today is not who lost West Bengal in 2026. The bigger question is whether Trinamool Congress can stay united after losing it, right? So I feel all in all, I think this is going to be really important for Trinamool Congress, how they manage this, because there's so much of infighting happening within TMC, and Mamata Banerjee has to show that she is the leader.
Do you think these expelled legislators will be able to corner Mamata Banerjee?
See, it's also about the numbers. At the end of the day, the numbers are very important. I think the TMC as a political
Shekhar, even if we look at the numbers, this expelled MLA Ritabrata Banerjee is saying he has support of 59. Whether it was the dharna that Mamata had staged, there were hardly any TMC MLAs that showed up to support her there. Whether it was a meeting that TMC had called into the CID probe, into the alleged forged signatures of the for the LOP there as well, of 80 only 61 MLAs, they did not even turn up. Only 19 turned up. So numbers are clearly against Mamata Banerjee here.
Yeah, so see, optics also plays a big role here. See, Mamata Banerjee has lost a very, very hard battle against BJP, and writing is on the wall for her. Now, whether she graciously accepts it and understands who's going to take over from her, or she manages this defeat well. It's very important for her to show her leadership skills now if she's going to be a part of the opposition. And now she needs to have the people backing her. It's power is a great leveler, right? Power also, now that the power has changed, things will change completely in the TMC party. What's important for Mamata Banerjee is whether she can garner the same loyalty, same trust from her party team members post this defeat. That's going to be critical and crucial for you. And how she manages from here is going to be important. The numbers don't stack up well for her, and as against her, there are a lot of disgruntled voices because she needs to stand up for her TMC, for her party members. If she doesn't do that, she's obviously going to lose the battle.
All right, sure. Let's in fact now go back to Renik Datta, my colleague on this. Renik, जयप्रकाश मजूमदार से हमारी अभी वार्तालाप हुई थी. वो तो कह रहे हैं कि इन लेजिस्लेटर्स का जो रिबेल कर रहे हैं उनके वॉइस का कोई महत्व नहीं है. इट्स गोइंग टू बी द पार्टी डिसीजन. व्हाट इज द पार्टी डिसीजन? ममता बनर्जी हैज नॉट स्पोकन एनीथिंग अबाउट द रिबेलियन विद इन हर पार्टी. We're not getting a clear audio from you. We'll have to interrupt you there and now move on, viewers, to news from Assam. We're